What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 23rd day of July, the 23rd already, man. Here we are. 23 hours left in this day, brand new day here, the 23rd. We did get the highest daily close in Bitcoin's recorded history that we've ever seen. That wasn't the highest price we've ever seen, not by far. We've got a few more $1,000 to go if we were to get to that level, but it was the highest daily close, and what a magnificent finish it was indeed, guys. We absolutely do look like we are. I would say, I don't know how to phrase this properly. We are moving away from the idea that we see some kind of shakeout down to 115, 114, right? I don't think that happens. I wouldn't be surprised if today we came down a little bit more, maybe back to 118, 119 itself. We're at about 120 right now, just below there. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a little bit of a move down, but all in all, this is a really good signal that we probably will move up higher. If you've noticed, each of these days, these green days, they've had some wicks to the downside, and while we have moved down a little bit, and that is a little bit of a wick right there. I would think that we probably see more of a wick to the downside starting out this day, and then we come up finishing strong. Who knows? We might even see new all-time highs today. It's very possible that by the end of today we could be at new all-time highs, if not sometime later this week, right? It is Wednesday today. We've got plenty of time left in the week to see new all-time highs. Bitcoin is moving much like it did whenever it meant business back here, right? We were moving up, consolidating sideways, moving up, consolidating sideways, moving up, consolidating sideways, and then moving up. Here we've moved up, consolidated sideways with a slight tilt to the upside, and then we've moved up here and moved sideways in our consolidation. This consolidation phase, depending on how you look at it, could be about 11 days long. We might be on the 12th day here, or if it started back here, it's about 9 days long, and we're moving up. Most of these consolidation phases lasted longer than that, but I have anticipated that this move would be faster than the moves that we saw here. Again, referencing these movements were still faster, I think, than most people expected, but they were slower than likely what we're going to see with this period in time, because here we were retracing our all-time highs, right? Here we were coming out of the scarif events, the fact that people were afraid of tariffs and thinking that tariffs are bad for the economy. Then we started to get, tariffs are actually good, and there's actually, the economy's doing well, and things are shaping up in the world, and things are calming down a little bit. We got a lot of interesting prospects here that weren't here before, and a lot of, let's say, worries that are put to bed, or at least not as loud. They're hushed a little bit. All that to say, here we were moving up, we were retracing prior highs, so it's more difficult, I would say, to move up higher. We're not really retracing anything, man. We're at new all-time highs already. We're in the land of the blue sky. This is blue sky breakout territory, and when Bitcoin's in this land, it moves rather well. If we go back in time, here, for example, whenever we were breaking out to new all-time highs back in November, we moved sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. And on the eighth day there, or the ninth day, that's when we started to move up again. It wasn't as robust. This was kind of halted at a earlier price than I thought it was. I thought that we'd be ripping all the way up to 120K back there. I remember making those predictions, and it's taken all this time just to get to 120K, but we're doing it. And honestly, retrospectively looking back, it's actually a good thing that Bitcoin has taken more time to consolidate and be constructive in its movements higher. We've been very constructive this cycle, you guys, and whenever I started doing technical analysis about 10 years ago, it's probably more like 9 years ago, nine and a half years ago, when I started my TA journey, I learned that robust movements without any kind of consolidation is a good way to see a blow off top in a very short cycle, where whenever you consolidate for long periods of time and you kind of stair step your way up throughout the cycle, which that's all we've done. That's all the cycle has been, man, is move up, consolidate for a long time, move up, consolidate for a long time. We've stair-stepped every single way. We haven't had a parabolic blow-off top kind of move yet. We haven't seen this unsustained, erratic growth. We might be getting into that now. And it could be, that kind of growth can last for months. Absolutely, we might be getting into it now. And with that being said, I want to throw something out there that should stand out to a lot of people, right? Understand, I think a lot of people are going to, and myself included maybe, I might even fall prey to this. A lot of people are going to get this wrong in the days to come, in the weeks and the months to come. Whenever we top off at our next area, which I think will be, from here, maybe like 130 to 150K, somewhere kind of in this area, right? Wherever we top off at our next area, people are going to expect that we consolidate for months like we did before. But I think we're going to consolidate for a week, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then we're going to continue moving higher. When we get to that 180K area and we do top off, that's our like sizable top off where we or significant top off area where we do see a sizable consolidation phase. People are going to be expecting 5 to 7 months of consolidation, 5 to 7 months consolidation, like we've seen all cycle. I don't think we're going to get that. I think we're going to get 4 to 6 weeks consolidation. This is the part where Bitcoin really does move up at a faster pace. That doesn't mean that it's going to be nonstop upside the whole time. Maybe it is, man. Maybe it is. And if that happens, the cycle might be cut short. But if we're going to make our way to $500,000, and by the end of or by Q2 of 2026, I would think that we're going to have to pick up the pace a little bit, and not only that, we're going to have to see smaller consolidation phases. And okay, I did not mean to do that. Let's go back here. If we're looking at this, if I can get it right, we're looking at it right here. Come on, there we go. High to low. The next target area that we have is undeniably 170 to 190K. Okay, I say 190 because yes, that does say 173, but typically in Bitcoin's history, we actually do wick above the 1618s. Let's see if I can validate that real quick. Well, I mean, here I think we actually went above the 1618, so that's not going to help us. Let's do this back here. Take a high to a low. Come on now, high to low. Last cycle we topped off at the 1618, but we wicked above it twice, right? And here's the deal, right? Some people might think, oh, so 180, 170, that's going to be the topping area. No, that'll be our next topping area short, but that's not going to be the cycle end. Here, we got stopped short in our cycle. I think we were making another run, and we should have, in my head, we should have broken 100K last cycle. There's a couple of people, OGs in the space, who say that exact same thing, but there's a lot of turmoil around the world as far as the economic status of the markets went, man. I mean, it just wasn't good. It wasn't good, and I think that we were held back because of that. We don't have that now. We've got a lot of good things coming up, right? Quantitative easing is coming in. Jerome Powell's probably going to get the shaft. I'm hoping that whoever's put in charge, they do well. I'm hoping that I'm a little bit scared. I know a lot of people don't like Jerome Powell because Trump, craps on him all the time, and we just mindlessly follow what the orange one says sometimes. And I love Donnie T, but I don't think he's right in this sense. I actually think what Jerome Powell's doing is the proper course of action, and maybe it is politicized. I'm not denying that. Out of any time over the years that I've been watching, these FOMC meetings and Jerome Powell speaking, I've never thought that he was political up until now. Like, genuinely, I think that this is political, but nonetheless, I think that there's also something else behind it where Jerome and the people in the Fed, they know that if interest rates are cut too fast, that actually does more harm to the markets than good. It is good to drop interest rates. It does stimulate the economy. It does allow for more borrowing and spending and all that stuff. All good things, of course, but you have to do it slowly. So if Jerome does get the shaft, if he's found guilty of whatever he's being accused of and he has to resign, I just hope that they put someone in there that doesn't totally dwarf the interest rates, because guys, I'm telling you right now, if we drop those interest rates too fast, if we see them go to the floor like that, like if we drop a whole 1%, which would be that's 1,000 basis points, I'm pretty sure, right? Or is that 100 basis points? I don't know. If we drop maybe more than that, I forget what 100 basis points is 1%. I'm pretty sure. If we're dropping like multiple percents in month over month, that wouldn't be good. If we drop 1% now, okay, it's been a long time. Sure, we can drop 1% right now. But if we drop like 4% or 2% or month after month, we're dropping 1%. That would be really bad, I think, and that would not be good for the economy or for the markets. So we want to make sure that whoever gets put in there is that they know what they're doing. And whether you like Jerome Powell or not, I think he knows what he's doing. Whether you want to say he's political or not, I think he is. But and I don't think he ever has been. But for some reason, he definitely doesn't like Trump. All of his excuses for inflation or for the interest rates not coming down, they're all BS. Like they just don't make sense. It's like at this point, he's outwardly saying things that just aren't true, which tells me that it is political. Or I mean, I don't know if he just simply said dropping interest rates too fast would hurt the markets, and that was his reason for wanting to retain. The market's doing well, we don't need to drop interest rates. If he just said that plainly, okay, cool, I would bite that, I would go for that. But he's making it out as if inflation isn't under control, as if he's worried about inflation, as if the tariffs are something to be worried about. We know that that's not something to be concerned about anymore. Like, it just, all this stuff is just, it seems political. It definitely does seem political, but I digress, and that was a loud noise. I don't know what that was, but I'll have to check on that in a second. Oh, sounds like somebody got hurt. My wife's over there, so I'm sure everything's fine. Let's see. Hold I'm gonna hold on. Yeah, there's that like pause before the crying. I think she's okay. I think she's okay. 119. I'm not a bad dad, I swear. My wife is taking care of her in the other room. Everything's fine. 119K right now. I definitely believe that we are on the precipice of breaking out to new all-time highs. But again, I just think that we'll go a little bit lower, you guys. 4 hour time frame here. Hold on. All right. On the 4 hour time frame, we're actually at an area that we found a lot of resistance at, and it looks like we could come down again, assuming that today closes green and potentially even at new all-time highs today. It makes a lot of sense that we'd come down first, right? See the day come down at first and then recover and have a bullish finish, just like we did yesterday, right? Here, the first hour of the day, literally the first 4 hour candle of the day, we saw the lowest prices that we'd seen since our low back here. You guys, we had the double bottom that we were talking about way back here. It just didn't happen in the way that I thought it would, and it was a little bit of a guess, but I don't know if it's an Adam and Eve or what, but it's some kind of double bottom nonetheless. Horizontal channel, whatever you want to call it. We're definitely at the top, and I think that we're getting ready to break out. I want to pull up some indicators here. Looking at the MACD, this is a very fierce look right here. This is an absolutely ferocious look. I mean, we go back here and we see what happened, right? Effectively, I feel like I would compare it to this. This move here, where you're rounding off the zero and you're coming up, you're building that green histogram, that momentum right there, and you had your move up, and you kind of moved sideways for a day, and then you moved up, you broke out higher. I think we just did that. We moved up. We had our rounding out of the zero line. We have the green histogram building right there. I think we're going to move sideways for a day, or at least a good bit of today, and maybe come down a little bit, right? In that sideways movement, we did move down. We moved down about, actually, I think it was 1.29%, if I remember. I was doing analysis on this yesterday, comparing this exact thing to what we could do. 1.3% essentially. Maybe we drop about 1.3%, or give or take a little bit, give or take $1,000, right? $1,866. $118,666. I don't know why I can't talk. If we take a relative low to high, that would also take us right to the 382, which is perfect, right? That is a perfect area to bounce from when moving higher. So, and then not only that, but if we look at this area, if we, oops, I actually do want that area there. Let's take this right at the 382. We delete this. We delete this. You know, that's an area that we found support there. We found resistance. We found resistance. We found resistance. Resistance here. Support. It's kind of like the heart of this overall zone. And I wonder from the high to low where that is as well. Let's see. Let's see here. High to low of this overall range. This, look at that. It's right at that 382 as well. Going from the golden ratio down to the 382 to bounce and move up higher, it's actually a very common thing. And if not to the 382, at least the 0.5, right? At least 119.4K. But all I'm trying to say is I wouldn't be surprised if we move lower. And it looks like we're kind of doing that right now, actually. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, let's go here. There was something else that I was looking at. I think it might have been the 1 hour time frame. Yes. This here. We've got a pattern here, a symmetrical triangle in the RSI. You can see it. It looks like we're breaking out actually to the downside. We got 8 minutes left in this 1 hour time frame, so I'm assuming we're breaking out to the downside. Where do we go? Do we go to the 50? Do we go to the 40? Do we go to the 50? You know, where are we gonna go? I don't know, but it's a place. It's a place we're gonna go to, and when we get there, we're gonna bounce. The bounce is gonna be. I don't know why I decided to do the walking voice, but yeah, we're probably gonna go down there and bounce. 119.5K now, a little bit lower to go. A little double top-esque here. I think this is a shakeout. It'll help clear out some of these longs that have been piled on and pile on the shorts. Let's see. Get on. I don't know why it's frozen. Let's go to the 1 day period. I know that the longs are eclipsing the shorts right now, so that's my thoughts, is that we'll probably clear out some of these longs. Look at that, 118.4K, 118.6K, give or take, right, somewhere around there. Clear out a little bit of longs, maybe not all of them. Pile on some shorts as a result, clear off some longs, and then we'll rip and run, you guys. I think that's the plan. I got nothing else for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. We've got some very bullish things going on in the charts. Just understand I guess we have some bearish divergence on the 1 hour MACD, but that's insignificant compared to the 4 hour MACD, what it's doing, compared to the stochastics, compared to the RSI. We've got a lot of bullish things brewing right now. It's just maybe for the beginning of the day, and maybe even for the remainder of this day, we just pause for a little bit, a little pause. Not a big deal. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care. Hit that like button. Share this video with a loved one and a friend and somebody who you want to get involved with crypto. Anyways, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.